Bring your hands to heart center. Just start to arrive at your mat by taking a few deep breaths. Start to notice the sounds around you. And feel how your body is resting against the floor. Identify any spots of tension or tightness. And this is where you're going to send your exhales during the practice today. Just take a full inhale through the nose. And a cleansing exhale through the mouth. You can release your hands, roll the wrists. On an inhale, let's lift the arms up high while keeping the shoulders down from the ears. On an exhale, we're bringing the right palm down, stretching over to the right, opening the left rib cage. Inhale, rise. Exhale, left hand down. Stretch over to the left, pushing the right hip down towards the floor. Inhale, center. And one more time each side. Exhale, down. Try to look up past your elbow. Inhale, rise. Exhale, left hand comes down. Opening up the right side. Inhale, center. Exhale, down. Let's come to tabletop. So we're going to turn facing forward on our mat. On an inhale, we're gently lifting our chin, opening the collarbone, letting the belly hang low. Exhale, tuck your chin, bring the tailbone under, pushing the shoulders up towards the ceiling. Inhale, open. Exhale, down. One more time. Inhale, open. Exhale, down. Inhale, come to a neutral spine. And we're going to place our right toes, our left toes are crossing over our right leg and they're planting on the floor. And on an exhale, we're just gently looking back towards our ankle. So you're going to feel this in the low back on the left side. Try to take a few breaths here. Inhale, center. Exhale, we're bringing the right leg over and across the left. Plant our toes. Exhale, we're looking back, opening up the low back on the right side. Inhale, come to center. Do that one more time each side. Exhale, bring the left leg across. Look back towards your ankle. exhale, right leg crosses over, plant the toes, looking back. Inhale, center. On an exhale, let's bring our forearms to the floor. Our palms are resting down. Our back is still neutral. And on an exhale, we're letting our head just rest down so that it's completely dead weight. So we're really trying to focus at the base of the skull and the top of the neck here. Let your jaw be loose. Take a full inhale here. And on the exhale, we're walking our palms out as far as we can and trying to sink down into puppy dog here. So we're opening up the bottoms of our shoulders. The goal is to rest our forehead on the mat. And we're trying to breathe into the underarm area. Opening the rib cage. Extending the spine. On an exhale, start to walk your palms back close to the body so we can come back to tabletop. On an inhale, lift the right arm, open up towards the ceiling. Exhale down, slow and controlled. We're feeding it under the left, right cheek to the floor. You can leave the left arm bent for support, or you can extend it long in front of you, or you can fold it behind you. On an exhale, bring the left palm back to the floor. Inhale, we lift and open. Exhale down. Opposite side, inhale, left arm open towards the window. Exhale, slow and controlled, feed it under the right arm, palm stays up. We're sinking into our bottom shoulder. On exhale, bring the right palm back to the floor. Inhale, we lift and open. Exhale down to neutral. Tuck your toes. On an exhale, we're shifting our weight back and up for downward facing dog. This is our first one. It's gonna be tight. It's gonna feel a little uncomfortable. Take your time to bend into one knee, bend the other. Shifting your weight from hip to hip. On an exhale, let's walk our palms back towards our feet. On an exhale, bend the knees deeply. We're sinking low, allowing our upper body to rest on the tops of our legs. Breathing into the backs of the legs. you feel stable, reach for opposite elbows and allow your spine to hang long. Try to straighten your legs a little bit. You always want to keep a little bend in the knee. As we build heat here, we should be able to stretch our hamstrings a little more. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, bend the knees deeply, release the arms. We're just rolling up nice and slow. Our arms are dead weight. Your head is the last thing to come neutral. So from here, we're just taking a mountain pose. Our feet are hip width apart. Arms are pulled down away from our shoulders. Shoulders away from the ears. Take a full inhale. On the exhale, allow right ear to come towards right shoulder. So our arms are engaged, but it should still be a nice stretch down the whole left side of your body. And slowly turn your nose towards the right armpit. Exhale, lowering our chin towards our chest, moving slow. On an inhale, we're working our way left ear, left shoulder. And slowly turn your nose towards the left armpit. On an inhale, let's come back to neutral. And you can release your arms and just let the circulation come back in. All right, are you feeling okay? On an inhale, let's raise the arms up high. Exhale, swan dive towards the floor. We're walking our palms out to either plank or drop the knees for modified plank. And slowly on an exhale, we're just melting down. Belly, chest, chin. The tops of the feet press into the mat. Palms come close to the shoulders. On an inhale, engage the core. We're lifting our upper body. Exhale, coming back, pushing over our knees. Sending the hips back towards the heels and allowing our forehead to rest down on the mat for child's pose. On an inhale, let's walk our palms all the way over to the left side. Our lower body stays where it is. On an exhale, we're resting our forehead back down. over to the left side now. Until you feel a good stretch down the right side body. And this is where we rest down. Inhale, come back to center. And on an exhale, let's shift our weight forward and we're gonna come up to seated. So we'll move into some nice leg stretches here. We're gonna extend our legs long in front of us, find your sit bones. And to start, our feet will be flexed. On an inhale, lift the arms up high. Exhale, we're hinging at the hips, coming forward, and when you feel those hamstrings engage, bring your palms down to either side of your legs. We're not trying to touch our toes or anything. We're just feeling a nice stretch in the hamstrings. After about a minute, we're gonna relax.
Can you tell me where?
I will. So until then, just send your exhales to all the places where it feels really tight, where it feels like it's catching. Take a full inhale. On the exhale, one muscle at a time, start to relax. So let go of the feet, let the legs be relaxed. We're letting the arms relax, and slowly we're just melting down on ourselves to a forward fold. Breathing into the muscles, letting everything go. This is a passive movement here. We're just allowing ourselves to sink just by gravity on our exhales. Do a body scan. What else can you let go of? There are muscles you're accidentally using right now. Take a full inhale. On the exhale, we're just rolling up again very, very slowly. On an inhale, lift the arms again. On our exhale, we're going to take our left foot and just cross it over the right. And then we're twisting with our core towards the window. Then bring the arms down. Then turn the head. We break it down into each body part so that we're not cranking our spine further than it wants to go. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, we're just doing a little counter stretch. Bring your palms to the floor on the opposite side. And just stretch into the left rib cage. Inhale, come back to center. Release your leg. opposite way. Inhale the arms up high. On the exhale, we're crossing right leg over left. Turn with your core, then bring the arms down. Then turn your head over the shoulder. Inhale, come back, lift high. On the exhale, bring the palms over to the left side and just stretch enough to where you feel it down the right side of your spine. Inhale, come back to center and release. Are you doing okay? Is that your knee?
Yeah, but that's okay.
Is it a good pop or not?
Yeah, that was a good
okay. All right. Let's extend the left leg out in a half straddle, and the right leg has been in. On an inhale, we lift the arms. Exhale, turn towards your extended leg. Bring the palms to either side of your leg, keeping that right hip on the floor. And on an exhale, we're trying to lower down. Inhale, slide your way back to center. We're going to take a little pause. Next inhale, arms come up high again. And this time, on our exhale, we're relaxing the left arm and just reaching over sideways and hanging in space. So this is more intense. Really trying to breathe into the right side, keeping that hip on the floor. If it's available to you, you can look up past your elbow. On an inhale, lift that right arm, using it as leverage to help you come back to center. Exhale, release. We're going to extend our right leg and take a little counter stretch before we do the opposite side. We're just going to do a simple wide-legged forward fold. So let your legs be relaxed. And on an exhale, we're hinging at the hips. We're walking our palms forward. So we're focusing on the inner legs here and a little bit of the hamstrings. And one muscle at a time. Again, we're relaxing down. We're waiting for our bodies. We have to wait out that stretch reflex in order to get deep into the fascia. On an exhale, let's walk our palms back to center. And from here, we're bringing the left leg in, leaving the right leg in a half straddle. Inhale, arms come up high. Exhale, turn your torso towards your extended leg. We're coming down with palms on either side, trying to keep the left hip resting on the floor. And on an exhale, we melt. Take another deep inhale. On the exhale, just slide back to center. And take a pause. And one more time. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, right arm relaxes. We're stretching over to the right side, opening up the left. Maybe looking up past the left elbow. And trying to relax and sink on the exhales. On an inhale, lift the left arm, helping you back to center. Exhale, let go. So let's come down to our backs here. I'm actually going to turn this way. And hug your knees in. We're going to allow our low back to push into the mat. And just rock side to side, getting used to the floor. So we're actually going to roll over to our right side, using our arm as a pillow. And on an exhale, we're stepping our top foot behind the left leg. So we're focusing on our hip flexor here on the left side. If you want a shoulder opener, you can also fold your elbow behind you, but that's optional. On an exhale, release back to the mat. And we're going to pause here for a breath. Now from here, we're bringing our top knee in front of us, and it's on the floor for support. And we're reaching for our bottom leg. We're trying to reach our toes with our top hand. You can use a strap here if you can't reach. But we're trying to relax every muscle except for our arm that's working. On an exhale, release your foot. And we're coming back to our side. And from here, we're gonna do a double shoulder opener. So we're bringing our top arm and bending it behind us at a comfortable angle. So you might just be at your hip, you might be at the center of your back, or if you're really flexible, you can come up between the shoulder blades. And nice and slow, we're actually gonna roll onto our hand and then shift our weight back to the center of our mat. So our arm is bent behind us and that palm is touching the mat. Once you get that situated, we're taking our right arm and folding it behind us. So lift your head and then rest your head back to the floor. So your right palm is touching your back. Your left palm is touching the mat. We're gonna hold this for about a minute. So we're trying to relax into it. On an exhale, we're just sliding our arms out one at a time, shaking them out, let the circulation come back in. I know that one's intense, but it really does a good job of getting things loose. So from here, let's take a break in the middle, and we're gonna bring our heels, our feet to the edges of our mat, and our knees are gonna come close together. So we're doing some internal rotation here. And we're trying to allow our low back to just sink down into the floor. We're going to start to windshield wipe our knees back and forth, but coordinate it with your breath. So we inhale when we're center. And on an exhale, keeping your feet where they are, we're bringing both knees over towards the right side. Inhale back to center. And on the next exhale, we're bringing both legs over to the left. So this is just like a more dramatic windshield wiping of the knees. It really allows you to get up high into the hip flexors. Inhale to center. Exhale over to the right. We're going to hold this for about 30 seconds. Inhale back to center. Exhale both knees over to the left. We're going to hold here. Inhale back to center. You can bring your feet closer together, and we're going to use our left arm as a pillow this time, rolling onto our left side. So our first movement here is bringing the right foot behind the left leg, trying to open up the right hip flexors. If you like to open the shoulder too, bring the arm behind you on an exhale. exhale, release back to your side. From here, we're bringing the top leg to the knee to the floor, and we're reaching for our left foot with our right arm. We're focusing on the quadricep here on the left leg, trying to relax the glutes, relax everything besides the right arm. Exhale, release back to the mat. Come back to your side for a breath. We're going to move into the shoulder opener on this side. So our right arm folds behind us at a comfortable angle. On an exhale, we're rolling onto that arm. Get yourself situated. And then the next movement is to bring the left arm behind you and rest your head back to the mat. So it's going to feel completely different than the other side. Your dominant arm is tighter. On an exhale, slide one arm out at a time. Shake the blood back in. And just let it go. While we're here in the center of our mat, let's bring the heels close to the hips. Our shoulders are pulled down away from our ears. Forearms resting on the floor. On an exhale, we're going to send our hips up into bridge, engaging the core, tucking our chin. We're squeezing our glutes, hips, knees are hip width apart. One more full breath here. On your exhale, we're rolling down one vertebra at a time. We're going to take a pause. We're going to come into bridge one more time, this time using our shoulders. So on an inhale, we're engaging the core, we're squeezing our glutes, we're lifting our upper body, our lower body. Now, one shoulder at a time, we're rolling under. If it's available to you, clasp your hands, pulling the palms away from the shoulders. Try to take full inhales here. On an exhale, release one arm at a time. Roll back to the floor. Hug your knees in and gently rock side to side. Coming back to center, let's cross the left ankle over the right knee. And on an inhale, we're lifting our right leg just so that we can reach through, clasping our hands behind our leg, making sure the feet are flexed on the left side. If you want, you can use your left elbow to press against your left knee, but we're trying to hug our knees in closer to our chest while keeping our shoulders on the floor. This is reverse pigeon. And we're just breathing into this left hip. Full breath. On your exhale, release your foot, come back to the floor, both feet to the floor, and just windshield wipe the knees back and forth a few times. We're going to come to the opposite side now. So our left foot is planted, right ankle crosses over the left knee. On an inhale, we're lifting the left leg, reaching through. Grab your fingers the opposite way this time. It should feel awkward. Right toes stay flexed. Option to use the right elbow to press into the right knee. We're trying to breathe into the outside of the right hip. Breath. On an exhale, let go of your palms, let your feet come back to the floor. Unhinge your legs. And this time, let's bring the soles of the feet together, letting the knees splay out. So we're focusing our breath now onto the pubic bone and the insides of our legs, all the way to the knees. Trying to allow our low back to sink down. On an exhale, shift your feet away from you just a couple of inches, and then rest back down. And one more time. On an exhale, shift your feet further away, a few more inches, and relax. On an exhale, just straighten one leg at a time. And I'm honestly not sure what time it is. Do you know?
21.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Let's just come to Shavasana here, allowing your legs to splay out, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing your jaw. Letting all your worries just sink into the floor. to the right side, and we're gonna pause there for about a minute or two. It's the side of rebirth and renewal. And take as much time as you need. And I'll meet you back at seated when you're ready. And just bring your hands back to heart center. And take a moment to thank yourself for coming to your mat today. And thank you for coming to my class. Namaste.